I was like, wow, Follow Up Boss is actually, I love Follow Up Boss, really ineffective at follow-up through calling and outreach strategies. And it turned this light bulb moment for me of Follow Up Boss is tracking attempts, not results for follow-up. And what I mean by that, and let's take the example of a cold lead. So if we have a cold lead in our system, we want to connect with the cold lead every 70 days and a warm lead every 29 and a hot once every 7 days. I think that's Barry Jenkins started that years ago. It's to be very popular in the community. I think everyone has translated some version of that. But what I realized is that 70 days, my best agent in the company might call you, Trenton, as the client, and you said your timeline was 9 months away. So we call you, and then 70 days has to go by until we attempt. The problem is most of these lists are built on the last communication field. And in Follow Up Boss, last communication is the last attempted call, the last inbound call, the last attempted text, last inbound text, email, same and so forth. But it's by attempt, not result. And so what I've noticed over time is that we'd have a call on a cold lead, no answer. 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 4 calls were 280 days in, almost a year. And if they don't answer there, it's lost. And we finally connect on the 5th call. Now, by the way, answer rates are at like 8 to 9 attempts to get a 2-way connection. So if it takes 8 to 9 attempts to get there, we're well over a year and their time frame was 7 months and we didn't connect in a 2-way meaningful way. And now my agent, who's my best agent, calls them and says, yeah, I already bought. I already sold. And the agent feels failed and they're frustrated. And so I saw that happening at scale. I had something else built with call tools for ISAs and that problem was fixed. And so I just started to rack my brain around how do I introduce this to Follow Up Boss to get them to fix this, or how can I fix it natively in a way? And along came Daniel and InterFace and seeing the automation center. And I was like, wow, I can pull endpoints. And so what we did to solve this problem is we introduced a functionality called Redial rules. That's native to call tools. And what Redial rules mean is literal as it sounds, is we're going to redial again based on the outcome of the last, what happened. So how we now have, let's say, our same cold follow-up list as before, is it used to be last communication was more than 70 days ago. And stage is cold. That was it. That was the filter. Now, because of InterFace's automation ability, we're able to say, when was the last connected conversation that I'm defining as anytime I want? I've defined when's the last 90-second phone call by the assigned agent, not the lender, not the ISA, not another agent on the team that somehow got an inbound call from this person, didn't have anything to do with that relationship. When is the last time the assigned profile agent had a 90-second or more phone call? So that's one of the fields. And the other one is when was the last call attempt by the assigned agent in that value? And when you stack those two together with stage, now we've created Redial rules, meaning I'm going to try every on colds 10 days on call attempt until my last connected has been more than 70 days. So how that manifests now is instead of trying once every 70 days, they're now in our segment to call every 10 days until we have a 2-way meaningful conversation that clears it to punt at 70 days. Does that make sense?